We're about to lose one. Get the intruder.
Copy. We're almost there.
Security breach.
Attacking the area.
Security breach.
Shit, I've got movement. Where? Everywhere. Contact!
Yo, what's happening all? Wyatt Hurts here, back with some more Splinter Cell Blacklist Spies versus Mercs multiplayer action. One more time, we're returning to the particle accelerator. I wish I could say we're going somewhere different, you know, but there's only 6 maps in there, you know, so you're going to see some repeats, I'm sure, you know. Anyway, once again, it is, of course, my favorite game mode now, what I've settled on, SvM Blacklist game mode. And one more time, it is this U100, this new kit that I threw together. Not so new anymore, is it? We've seen it at least once that I can remember, possibly a couple times at this point. I will do a quick rundown here in a second. You can see there's a lot of activity on my motion tracking vision, and if you notice there, that was really tough to spot. But as I came around the corner, I queued up that disruptor suit, and it kind of blinded me. You know, it distorted my vision for a second, and really threw me off. I don't know if you guys spotted it, but the spy was right there, dove or jumped for the pipe right in front of my face, and then honestly, I can't quite remember if I had spotted him. I knew something fishy was going on, but I really wasn't aware of how close he was to me until he plunged that blade into the top of my skull and put me down with that beautiful death from above. So that was digits. What I'm calling digits, it's just a bunch of numbers, well, with an A at the start of it. And he's actually the guy that picked up the hack here, so we're looking to put him down. And I don't really think he carries us too long, but watch out for that guy because he does, well, he's a pretty solid player. I discovered this round was certainly giving me a hard time. And there's the gun nut. Well, we've seen plenty of gun nut the past few episodes. Here he comes running in, and you know what? That big-ass U100 I'm carrying, goddamn, that's a lot of steel to take across the forehead, you know? That can leave a big old mark there. Anyway, let's run down this kit for those of you that are perhaps unfamiliar with it. Well, U100, you know, LMG, disruptor suit, motion tracking vision, the armored helmet is in there, the faster weapon swap gloves, so I can get my pistol in, you know, quickly. Of course, I never seem to go to it just because my drum on this weapon is so goddamn deep. This is beautiful. That was a little unfortunate for Nick Hoogs. We're seeing Nick one more time. As I said, I think the previous video that I was this session, he was in there with me and Gunnut for quite a while, you know. And a pretty solid player. It was a little unfortunate that digits kind of, well, led my bullets to Nick's location, you know. I was aiming for digits, and I managed to get a double out of it, so I was quite pleased. And, of course, there's the nut lurking in, well, one of my favorite locations on this map, and trying to make it work for him. He was aware of my presence and was looking to do a little slicing and dicing, but I shut him down. I shut him down before he could get going. Anyway, where the hell was I with this? The faster weapon swap gloves, so I can go to the pistol, but again, like I said, I hardly ever go to it, right? What else? My pocket pants are in there, my running shoes, and of course, the Intel devices and the VX gas are my gadgets. Now, with this weapon, you know, I recommend checking out this loadout in particular, but this gun, I mean, it's a little clunky. What can I say about it? A little clunky, a little heavy, feels a little weighty in your hands, a little bulky, you know, and it does create a big blind spot, especially whenever you're looking up. You know, if you crouch and you look up, or just look up in general, it really does have a tendency to cut off a big portion of the screen. You see it right there. It creates this massive blind spot on your right flank, on your right side, and can really leave you exposed to spies that are looking to come in there, aggro spies that are looking to charge in there. That was a little lucky. Not sure. I don't think I really got the headshot there. Just managed to put him down in the nick of time. That was, of course, digits one more time. He was running the hack, and this is beautiful. I love how this played out. Everybody kind of watching everybody else's back. First, I saved Dennis there, who we've seen before. I think we saw him the last video that I released. protect him. I gun down the cloaked spy coming in behind him, and then he returns the favor with his shotgun, bucking down somebody trying to get my neck. And of course, we put down Gun Nut, or I put down Gun Nut as he was making that last charge to try and keep that hack alive, So a great effort there. The Mercs, we really rallied in there, and I felt really confident leaving that room, confident in my team's abilities, because we handled that like true professionals, like we've been playing together for years, Anyway, we come back here to B and start putting things on lockdown. There's a lot of fire going on, a lot of suppressive fire. Somebody does manage to grab this zip line. I think it's actually Digits down there. That's a bit of a botch by me. Omar Sharif, actually no, it was Nick Hoogs. Omar Sharif getting a little, Dennis getting a little pistol fire over the railing on somebody else, But, that was a little botch by me. I was trying to drop the VX gas down there to the lower level, end up dropping that intel device by accident, and of course it didn't last too long with, I think it was probably Gun Nut's overcharge suit coming in there and shutting down that device really quickly, or short-circuiting it, Now this was kind of ballsy, just making a drop in like that, I like posting up here, but again with this weapon, you see it crystal clear, Well, in fact, you don't see it, but you do see it. You do see the kind of the blinding effect that this weapon can have on your surroundings, It really does create a massive blind spot for you. God damn. Well, so while we're all focusing here on this B terminal, they managed to sneak away and get the A hack going. And of course, I'm a little hesitant to leave the area. I don't like leaving a guy like this, come in behind me when I least expect it. And so finally, I just kind of move, and I played this all wrong. Look at this, terrible. You can hear the footsteps coming in behind me already, and there's Digits one more time, really giving me a hard time this round. He was really manhandling me a little bit. I didn't like it, and but that was my own damn fault. I should have just stayed on the upper level, cut through the monitoring room into the kind of the server room here at A, and I would have been fine. I'd still be alive right now. I'd probably be breaking that, doing a little chiropractic work on the hacker right now, as we speak. But no, now I'm back here, really hesitant to move through this room now. I think I heard a little ruckus up there, some footsteps creeping. And, goddamn, they've broken the 50% mark. They're really looking to bring this one home. And we're under pressure here. And there we go, beautiful. Omar Sharif getting both a mind kill and a slice and dice at the same time, shutting down one of them. We're shutting down the hacker with one of those kills. And I get a kind of a sloppy defense up with that VX. It's a little off the terminal. But certainly, considering that's the side that most of the spies are going to be charging in on, that is certainly an intimidating sight, You won't see many spies try and cross through that cloud of gas to make a run for that terminal. Anyway, I push out of the area a little cautiously. Saw a little bit of motion on my motion tracking vision. And try and get across this room without exposing myself to a death from above, I just hustle for the ladder and try and get up here as quickly as possible. And trying to post up on the vent, And this isn't I don't really think, I can't recommend that spot for that intel device. I think it's a little too deep in the room for the situation, at hand. They didn't have the hack going. You want your intel device to kind of choke off the room. You don't want it to be deep on it. But of course, if they had the hack going, that would have been probably would have been a good location, because it may have just highlighted, the hacker hiding back there on one of those, either on the upper level or the bottom level on the back corner of that room, where a lot of spies will go and try and hide. Anyway, Nut with a great takedown there. Fantastic, I even checked it. It was really unfortunate. I checked that location. I didn't see him. He must have just been coming out of the vent when I first looked up there, and then, well, he didn't hesitate. That's for damn sure. Put me down with some serious haste and sent me to the next life. Sent me packing. Anyway, I'm not going through there again. I know that he likes to kind of, once he sets up in a location like that, he likes to try and work a wide perimeter on these rooms. And I'm even attentive right here. You can see he's right on the money. He's right on the mark with his vision mode, tracking the Mercs as they enter the area, looking to shut me down. But no, sir, not going to be stacking my bodies up there two times in a row at the entrance to that room. That's for damn sure. So I wasn't exactly sure that he was going to come charging my way, but I was certainly anticipating it, But anyway, there you go. You see it one more time with Digits, and this guy really manhandling me. I'm not impressed, and making me look foolish here on one of my favorite maps. I think I did state that in a comment when asked. And this is a great map. I think that the battles, the areas, the sectors are really well designed for fast-paced action. The spies are always forced to move around. You do need to carry your mobile hacks in these sectors, but You know, you can really get the jump on the Mercs, you know, if you work those areas properly. Now, so we end up with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. They managed to bring in that hack, and you know they're going to be in a mad dash to try and pad that amount of intel that they have. So I get the intel device down, you know, the early warning system down there on the traffic lane, heading in towards the C terminal. It hasn't served me well so far. It's probably not going to do anything, but I figure it's pretty good. I get that guarding. You know, I'll be alerted if they try and make a move for the C terminal, and I'm kind of posted up here. Well, I thought it was good, you know, posting up here watching the vent, but of course they came in low. Somebody has managed to sneak in behind me now. I have them all over my motion tracking. You know, I'm keeping an eye on things. I get the VX gas down there just to try and just shake them up a little bit, you know, unnerve them a little bit, you know, I'm getting ready to actually drop down. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm just looking for the right spot to do it, you know. And I come in here, fall a little bit further than I would have liked, you know. Sprained an ankle or, you know, did something, twisted a knee on that fall, but and there he was, Digits, you know. He's a really aggressive player, but it's not foolish aggression. It's well thought out aggression. He knows when to strike, when to move. He probably made a good move there, you know. He was right on the mark, tracking me, keeping an eye on things, was looking to put me down before I could get a good bearing on him down on the ground level, and it just cost him, you know, because he's going up against old Hertz, and Hertz knows what's going on in your head. Yes. So getting a little revenge there, coming down the final stretch on Digits for the hell that he put me through on this round. And they have managed to pick up this hack. I think it's in the C sector. You know, so while I was stuck there doing battle with all the motion going on in the B sector, somebody did manage to sneak in there deep and got this C hack going last minute. We're into overtime now. I'm looking for the nut because, like I said, he likes to work. If he's not the hacker, he likes to work those wide perimeters on the sectors, you know, defensively. And here we go. I'm on the hunt. I don't think I actually stumble across the hacker at any point here, but I think he does. Actually, no. Here we go. Nick Hoogs putting him down, shutting that hack down. So that's it. And round is basically over at this point because the VX gas comes out, and that basically seals the deal, you know. And I even try and get an intel device down, which disintegrates in my hands. Was it an EMP grenade? I think it was an EMP grenade. The gun nut making one last attempt. You could tell it was the nut because it was the overcharged suit that was going off. And there we go. So a pretty good run by the Spies, you know, 153%. They brought in better than half the available intel. So we have our work cut out for us. We need 2 terminals to win this sucker. Or, well, more than 153%, but it's always good just to bring in the 2 terminals, you know. So let's see if we can do it. And of course, what am I going to be wielding? Well, you know what? You know what it's going to be. You know, it's the kit that I have settled on here on the Spy side of things. I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit, but you know what? I'm really loving this loadout. I have great success, you know. I'm running pretty solid as a Spy wearing this gear. So let's run it down real quick. Ghillie suit. 5.7 MP5 is in there right now. Sonar goggles, RFD disruption headset, the takedown gloves, the silent boots, and my ID blocker pants. Check it out. I say it every episode, but check it out. It's a great loadout. And anyway, and I'm just kind of falling into my routine here. I do love attacking A early on this map. I always feel like it's a smart choice. I can make a mad dash here and beat most Mercs, unless the Merc himself is making a mad dash for A initially. Anyway, I shut down this drone before it can cause me any problems, and I settle in right into my old, you know, I love this location as my starting point for my mobile hack. I'll move out of here when need be, you know, when I feel the pressure. If I have to do a little slicing and dicing, I'll try and do that. I do, you know, I moved out of there a little prematurely, right? But settle back in. I do have the ghillie suit to kind of mask my errors when I move a little bit too soon or perhaps a little bit too late. And you can see here comes the patrol now, coming in on the lower level. That's unfortunate. You know, the Mercs, they played it pretty well. Had he been the guy that was going up the stairs, been a little more attentive, he may have been able to spot me. Now I'm looking to shift, but of course you see the Merc coming in that front door, second level, and I'm forced to just kind of duck back into my corner, you know, and hide back underneath the rock that I initially came out from. You know, came out from underneath. And here we go. So I recommend this location. There are others like this. You know, it all depends what you feel comfortable wielding, or what kind of patterns you feel comfortable running when you're running a mobile hack. But I highly recommend running the mobile hacks in most of these sectors, right? Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's the nut who was running a patrol down there. Yes, the mines are going down. He does have a tendency to do that. He is Mr. Disruptor. He loves bringing out the disruptor suit. And that was unfortunate, you know. Goddamn, 95%. I thought for sure I was bringing that hack home. And like I said before, Digits really giving me problems this round. Shuts me down at 95%. It was unfortunate the way it ran. You know, my sonar sonar pulse came in a little bit late. I wasn't really aware of his, well, the encroaching Merc before it was a little bit, you know, it was a little bit too late when I was finally informed of his presence. And then I kind of froze there. You know, if you notice, if you go back and look at the video, I shuffled back and forth a little bit. I wasn't sure if I wanted to try and run to safety or stand and fight, you know. And I think it cost me in the long run. But that's fine. That's fine. We wasted a little bit of time. You know, 2.5 minutes. Nearly had the hack in, but we're forced to go back to scratch at this point. And that's unfortunate. But I do settle in to what I like to call one of my favorite pieces of real estate on this map. Of course, with the gun nut in here, he is well aware of this location. He is aware of my fondness for it. And yeah, that's him right there, Mr. Disruptor. You see the antenna on his back. He tries to flush me out with the grenade. Follows it up with a... with a proximity mine. I think that was probably his as well. And I'm forced to play it a little bit differently. You know, I would have liked to have been able to get the death from above, but he did force me off of my ledge and forced me to get right up in his face, you know. Now right here, I'm charging in, trying to get this Mercs back before he can stumble across my friendly hacker here. But I was a little bit late getting to the party, you know. I did manage to avenge my teammate, however, and pick up the hack where he left things off at about the 40% mark and settle in up here on the second floor. In fact, no, I think I bail out of here shortly. I'm just waiting for the initial charge to come into the room to see where the Mercs move to, you know. And this is a great location to kind of start from when you're going to do a mobile hack. Try and follow a pattern like this, you know. Go upper level when they, you know, or go upper level to start. If they go in, they go up the stairs and try and are pursuing you, you know, pushing your way. Just drop out the window and duck in here. And of course, be attentive, be aware. Don't get right up on the wall. Wait for them to drop out the window themselves, and you'll get that death from above. And for the Mercs, if you're going to drop out the window on that second level, don't do it at the one where he dropped out of. Do it at the one that's directly at my 6 right now, you know, at my back. That way, you don't expose yourself to, to what Nick Hoogs just exposed himself to, which was that quick slice and dice to the back of the neck, you know. Anyway, it looks like I'm going to be able to pull this one home. I just make a mad dash for the far corner of this hallway. I figured it was smart to try and reposition at that point with that Merc presence. Pushing in, you know, there were a couple guys pushing on that upper level. And just out of pure luck, I catch Nick Hoogs trying to get smart. You know, he was aware of my position. He knew that there was a spy down there. It probably wasn't 100% that it was me, or sorry, that it was the hacker. But he was, you could tell he was coming in there to try and flush out any spy presence from that, you know, try to flush out the spies from that hallway, and was looking to get sneaky. But I repositioned just in time, you know, managed to get him twice there, which was nice. So, well, one hack in, we've got a good, well, at the halfway point of this round, we've got plenty of time to bring in a second, or at least bring in 54% of a second hack. And I don't usually zipline. You guys would probably rarely see me. If you watched every round I played, I have rarely ziplined across that room, but it seemed like it worked. You know, I'm gonna have to start going to that. And again, this is my attempt to kind of keep things fresh, mix things up, try some different locations. I rarely come over here. I'm actually gonna make a move for these upper catwalks that kind of line the collider up here. Here we go. I'm going to click off the sonar vision just so I can get a better sense of what's going on around me. And there we go. Using the cloaking suit to my advantage as I try and, well, I cross a very highly exposed area and to try and, you know, creep into the shadows. And I'm just trying to get a feel for this. I've never posted up here before, trying to mix things up. I've seen other guys try and work this balcony. I'm not even sure. I think perhaps I played this a little bit wrong. I'm not sure. You can see I can climb over the railing in front of me. I'm wondering if I can climb over the railing behind me and perhaps, you know, provide myself with a little more cover, at least visually, you know. But I'm not sure if that catwalk is right up against something solid, like the collider or the wall behind it, you know. So I don't know if there's a gap in there. I'm going to have to check that out next time I'm on this map, though, you know. Well, and this location, pretty solid. I don't like where Omar is. He's trying to, he's trying to shut down the Mercs pretty lazily, you know, up there on the, just posting up on the, anchored up on the wall of this catwalk. Not a great position considering where his hacker is, which is just a few feet behind him at this point, or a few meters behind him, you know. So with him drawing attention to himself like that, eventually, somebody looking up there trying to put down Omar is going to catch me out of the corner of his eye. And at that point, I'm kind of stuck there, you know. I can't go back across the catwalks the way I came in, you know, so. I don't know. It was a good effort. Brought in 77%. With that 77%, we have won this round, or won this game. You know, we outdid their 153%. So all this is just the icing on the cake at this point. You can see, well, I kicked things up a notch, at least aggressively anyway, and that was kind of bad. You know, I put down Nick Hoogs though. I got some revenge on him. He was the man that stopped my hack short there on the B terminal. He did put me down at that with some great fire. You know. And I come right back in there and slice and dice him real quickly. Of course, I was kind of unaware of my surroundings, you know, kind of lost in the hallways there. Get myself cornered in a dead end. And get myself gunned down in the process. Now, again, like I said, you know, with us, I know at this point that we've won the game, so I go a little aggressive here. You can see a lot of Merc activity down low, and I just come in charging, you know, get the EMP grenade in case there's a mine that I'm unaware of down there, and I go straight for the death from above. Put down one fella, almost get the slice and dice on Nick Hoogs, but he does get the better of me there in that encounter on the stairwell. But that, I mean, this is just a little warm up to how this round's going to end. I really do finish strong with some great slicing and dicing, some great takedowns on the Mercs as we really try and bring in this hack on B. I don't think you see us leave this area now at this point. We're determined. We're determined. After getting 77% of this intel and failing, we're determined to bring this hack in strong. And right here, you know, a great little slice and dice on the Merc, you know, a quick slice. Move in to try and get the hack initiated. Notice that I had an enemy closing in on me, trying to get out of there. You know, I was trying to hop over the railing. Of course, hopping over the railing is the same button as as initiating the hack. I didn't get far enough away from the terminal, and that was just, well, that was pretty comical, you know. Doing my truffle shuffle. Anyway, you can see Dogtown has picked up the hack. He had some success where I failed. And right there, what I was trying to do there was trying to direct, you know, play the diversion. You know, I wanted to try and gain the Merc's attention, have him push in on me, and I was hoping that Dogtown would just kind of hold his ground and get the quick slice and dice right at the corner as the Merc pushed in on me. You know? But anyway, I'm forced to drop down as Dogtown scrambles. I scramble alongside of him. I get a couple of kills, you know. I do another little slash and dash right here, but it's not long. It's not long before I finally get put down with a little fire from old Digits. Good old reliable Digits, you know. Sticking it to me good this game. And but again, that's not going to be the last of it. I go on one little final rampage here, as now Omar, you see him, he's getting ready to move in there and pick up this hack one more time. You know, a late game hack. You know, we've botched it several times now. Dogtown has tried, I've tried. Well, now it's time for Omar, who likes to post up on that walkway with his pistola. It's time for him to move in there and come through at a clutch moment, a clinch moment in the game. And there it is. With 10 seconds left, he gets that hack initiated. And as I move in there, you know, I was breaking off to try and go for this A terminal, you know, because I knew time was winding down. I wanted to try and get something going. But there you go. You can see Omar. He's posted up in a pretty smart location. You know, it's right next to the stairs, tucked away in the corner on some type of inventory down there. And he's really tucked away out of the way, you know. If he has the cloak suit, well, all the better, too. You know, all the more power to him, because he'll be able to just disappear when anybody's running a patrol in that area. I catch Nick Hoogs kind of napping there, you know, literally napping. Knocked down on his ass. Must have slipped on some oil there, you know. Somebody you know, the janitor just came through. The floors were wet. He fell. He fell, and I finished him off. Anyway, you do see me. I'm just kind of posted up at the heart of the room. I'm waiting for the Mercs. You know, I knew where Omar was. I was trying to maybe think about repositioning and just trying to guard him a little bit better, but I didn't want to give his position away if I could avoid it. So here we go. We now, with the sonar vision on, you can see the Mercs have flooded into the room. They're well aware of that slice and dice that just went down. They're dropping down to the lower level to check it out. A third man comes down, and this here is Digits, you know, and he's playing it smart. He's got his back to the corner. I go up high, and a beautiful death from above. Those, to me, are some of the most satisfying death from above you can get, when you just kind of do the wall run and lure him out and just you know, wall run straight into the death from above is beautiful. Anyway, I take out that drone with a quick EMP to make sure that it doesn't cause any trouble for Omar, tucked away in the corner, and that's about it. You know, he's really did a great job. He rode the hack out in that position. Beautiful. And of course, it's a little bit easier to do that when you have a great team of aggressive spies who are running a solid defense. You can see we're just, you know, we're raging. We're in beast mode, you know, leaving the game, just running around, slicing and dicing anything we saw. God damn, Omar was, or not Omar, Dogtown was running around slicing wings off of flies, yes. Anyway, so there we go, guys. Really solid game. I thought it was some great performers in there, you know, even on both teams. Even though the numbers don't reflect that necessarily on the bottom level, it was a solid game, a really evenly matched performance, you know. Evenly matched teams, I guess, is what I'm trying to spit out. Anyway, let's take a look at some names and numbers here. Myself, 1 hack, 2 defense, 27 and 10. Can't complain. Omar, I wasn't a big fan of how he played. I mean, I don't know if he was aware of where I was hacking when I was in there hacking B, but I didn't like the way he played that necessarily. But he did do a great job bringing in that hack, that last-minute hack on the B terminal, so good on him. 1 hack for him, 1 defend, 22 and 10, and he seems to be, you know, really favor that pistola as the spy, and seems to be quite deadly with it. Anyway, Dennis, we saw him last episode as well, pretty worthy foe. Even Steven, 20-20, and Dogtown there with a 13 and 7. Now going down to the bottom level, I know a lot of these guys drifted into the negative here, into the red, but that's going to happen. There's always going to be a winner and a loser, you know, and one team is going to start to pull away. But these guys, each of them, you know, well, at least the top 3, from Nut to Digits and Hoogs, all solid players, you know. So I'm not going to mention the numbers since they are in the red, but definitely worthy opponents. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by, tuning in, and checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one whenever it rolls out. And well, until then, remember why it hurts. Later, all.